Hello, my name is Michael, and this is my review of FourCourseDungeon. So I will start off with some of the main menu stuff, like bugs and glitches I've seen. Let us see. I didn't see anything wrong with the credits, but I believe the option menu is where I start to find some issues. So the resolution for the game, they have the buttons have been implemented for the resolutions, the resolution options. The sound effects bar is implemented, however, I don't think clicking anywhere, so pretty much all of the UI, all of the implementing of the functions of the options on the options menu do not work. So the sound effects slider doesn't do anything, music slider doesn't do anything, and whenever you click on them and try to move them, they don't move at all. So that is the options menu, and then also the back button. So the back button does the entire section of the back button doesn't actually click the player back whenever they hover over it. The outer ring of the back button is what the player needs to click on in order to go back to the previous screen. That wouldn't be an issue had it not been the other menus, wherein just clicking anywhere on the plate actually does whatever the menu button is. So the button needs to be wider on the back menu for the options menu. And with that, let us begin. Okay, so the next bug on the list is, it says press spacebar or B to continue. Pressing B does not continue. So the input for B does not continue the dialogue. Okay, so this is pretty much the starting area. The first issue that I see is a lot of the different objects in the world don't have textures, pillars. That is the most obvious thing. Another thing I noticed that I did not mention was the intro tells you what the player's supposed to do. Defeating enemies and collecting different meats in order to cook anything. However, in this first area, I did not find any indication or direction in terms of after I've killed multiple enemies, where I need to go to actually cook the different types of meat. I want to say the preference thing that the weighted the weapons feels a little bit strange in terms of how much damage they do, but then also I guess they're I guess maybe a attack range kind of deal. Not necessarily attack range, but I guess the amount of hits the player does with the different weapons. So it just feels a little bit weird. So this is the next bug I saw. So I don't know if all the enemies' health is supposed to be displayed in terms of numbers. Because this enemy over here, this slug, has health displayed on top of its just circle. So that could be all the enemies are supposed to have it, or maybe specific enemies don't have it. That is a little bit unclear in terms of if that is supposed to be every enemy. If it is supposed to be every enemy, then only that enemy has it implemented. All the other enemies need it implemented. If it is only supposed to be that one enemy, then that's fine. I like the jet system. Seems really cool. I also like the sliding on the snow as a different terrain. Also, there is no controls. Displayed for the game, so you kind of have to figure out what the controls are. Even though the control scheme seems pretty straightforward. Shift to sprint, left click to attack. So as I mentioned, still no direction in terms of where I'm supposed to go as a player for this level. Oh yeah, I actually forgot. There's another bug that involves the game, or it's not necessarily a bug, it's a coding issue. Whenever you minimize the game, it locks the cursor in place on your desktop or whatever program you're trying to use. So until you actually close out of the game, you won't be able to unlock the cursor as long as the game is running. So, for example, I have the folder open, and I can't actually do anything in the folder. Another example. Um, yeah, so yeah, can't do anything. The other window has a different program, but I wasn't able to really move the mouse cursor. So there is a design decision to possibly change with that. Okay, so the beginning window mentioned if you press GTMK, you'll be teleported to different levels. So I'm going to try out a different level now. And this is trying out the whatever level is the T level. So for this level, texture issues as well. Very much like the very first level. Besides the texture, I guess everything is the labels for all the areas are in display, and that's not supposed to be there. So this enemy is not finished. Oh, and besides the enemy not being finished, I guess the enemy's attack range also isn't fixed yet. Okay, that was strange. Could have sworn I killed it. Okay, that's pretty cool. Oh, I forgot to mention that the food needs to be textured. Very much like the previous stage. I don't think there's any direction in terms of. I assume the station that the player can cook stuff once they have collected all the different types of meat. So I'm going to go to the G stage. Okay, so now I am on the G stage. The G stage also needs a lot of different objects textured. Okay, pretty interesting. So since that enemy is being in the workings of being made, that enemy doesn't drop any type of food yet, so that is something that needs to be fixed. Okay, I think I'm done here at the moment. I'm going to go to the end world. Okay, the M world was the original world, so I'm gonna try the K world now. And the K world, Either it's going to be a complete level or it is a test area, character animations will need to be done. Textures, and I mean pretty much just level creation. Okay, without further ado, I'm gonna call that a quits.